sucker. I was over here looking for you. I said, "Oh shit! I guess Ham ain't gonna come on tonight. Or he's gonna come on at 4." And so when I was just got finished watching the Ubisoft thing, and so I was like, I looked and I seen you was live. I said, "What?" And then I scrolled down and I seen that you said at 3:30 you was going in 5 minutes. So I guess it was 3:25, but I didn't even see that. So that was on me.
Yeah, I asked you yesterday. I was like, "Is it 3:30 or is it 4?" You said it's supposed to be 3:30, and I was like, "Okay, cool. We going with 3:30."
I was over watching the Ubisoft
I'm just happy
shit.
you pulled up with a smile. As long as you ain't pulling up all angry and frustrated and being like, "What the fuck is this dude doing to me?" Then I don't care.
No, I was over here. Yeah, no.
You're like, I don't got time for that. So
I ain't got no time for that bullshit.
Perfect. Let's keep it pushing. I went on ahead and reactivated it onto your YouTube channel. So
all right, cool.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure it's probably fucking with my with whatever. I don't care. Anyways, let's keep it pushing over through here. So I was talking a little bit about Avowed and how it doesn't have the release date. The release date got leaked.
Yeah.
And then the article, they ended up taking it off of there. And I was also talking about some of the rumors that, of course, weren't there that people love to bring up. So the handheld rumors, the extreme reach that was Blue Dragon. Me wanting Wu-Tang to finally come out and talk, with Brass Lion and whatever. So all in all, okay, Mega, let me just hit the rewind button without making any weird rewind sounds. And just let me go ahead and ask
you made enough weird sounds last night on fight nights, but that's okay.
No, that was Yobi. That was Yobi with his weird ass fucking headset sounding mad creepy. You remember that shit, don't you?
Yobi was wilding, bro. Well, I between you and then y'all and then Don got included in the wildness, and I wasn't drinking, so I was like, "What the hell is happening? Is everybody drunk tonight except for me? Damn, I should have joined the party." But no, it was fun. It was fun.
Hey, Yobi, why are you trying to reveal my plan like that? Trying to shut the cake nigga down.
Damn, bro. Hey, many have tried. I'm still around for some odd reason.
Man,
but anyway, let's go.
Thunder out, man.
No, it ain't coming down. The Thunder's gonna be back even stronger. Let's go.
Man, it's good to see you smiling, brother. It's good to see you smiling. You seem like you're in good spirits today.
Oh yeah. Finally got some damn sleep.
I mean, you look well. You look well kept right now. You look all right. That's gonna be the nicest motherfucking thing you hear from me for the rest of the year.
Listen, bastard, I'm gonna get more.
So, all right. So we got a lot to kind of break down.
Yeah.
Right. I'd say about an hour and a half worth of just chit chatting, talking.
All right, no problem.
I don't have anywhere to be today, which is nice. I'm just kicking back, having a good time. Happy to hang out with the people that decided to join us. It's clear that Yobi still has that wet and squirmy thing going on. I mean, as much as he is telling me to shut the fuck up last night about Diddy, this man is on his Diddy chapter right now.
Bro, Yobi was talking like 108 Dragons and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was man. And then he was feeling himself because he was whooping my ass in Jump Force. You know what I'm saying? I had a moment and then he got me, but then I whooped his ass and he got the last match though.
Take that.
Yeah, well, because I used to dominate him. Pause. Let me try to rephrase that. I used to whoop his ass severely. I used to whoop his ass severely in Jump Force, and so he took it personally. Brought that little bastard Yu-Gi-Oh. He made me say some slanderous shit to Yu-Gi-Oh's uncle. I said that's why Yu-Gi-Oh's uncle got killed by Pegasus. I hate Yobi's Yu-Gi-Oh. Now I hate Yobi's Goku. Yobi put them hands on me, put them paws on me good on Jump Force. But it was still fun to play the hell out of that game. That's such a good fighter that I wish that took off, but it never really actually did. I love Fight Night. It's just part of what we do. Just win, lose, or draw. It's just whatever it is. So I hate that we couldn't play Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom with our mods, but man, it just is what it is. But it was good stuff. It was just fun. Glad that y'all came through though. You and Don came through. Even though y'all didn't participate, y'all just was annoying as hell.
I was actually making this video that you're seeing below the screen right now.
I see it.
And it was hot. It was. I had a good time making it. I ended up staying up all night making it. But it was a good time. I really liked what I seen at that showcase. As I said earlier, and I said in my video. Yeah. I ended up giving it a 9.8. What was your score for the show?
It was a 9.6, 9.7. It was a very, very, very good
right next to mine.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show. And I was on another pod. I was on my brother podcast earlier, right after the show, and I was just talking about it, like everything, like Umbra was on there and everything, and Yobi was there, and we were just sitting there. I was talking like, look. If you're gonna say anything really negative about the show, it's really pretty much nitpicking because the flow of the show was fantastic. The games lineup, the variety within the games lineup was spectacular. The pacing, everything with this show was perfect. Like, you know, when Phil, Matt, and Sarah got up there to talk, it wasn't very long. It was straight to the point. It was direct. And the biggest thing was the games. The games itself this is what people have been asking for what Xbox is doing. Now, that's not to take away from what Xbox haven't done for the last couple of years, because last year was a fantastic show too, but the curse of Redfall hurt it, and then people was over here speculating, well, is Starfield going to be in that department? So there was kind of a dark cloud that was looming, that was over that show, but you know, that was hovering. But this show, it was all that we was ready to see, and then there was definitely some surprises there for sure. No, this was a fantastic show.
Fahim said it was not the uncle, it was the grandma. First of all. And then Silent Cypher with the super chat says K Mega's dominating Yobi. What did I miss?
Man, no, Cypher, stop it. How you gonna give a super chat for that, son? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, man.
Pause.
He came with
pause and reject.
He was ready to go.
He said domination. What are we talking about here? Here's my $2. I want part of that. No, damn, Yobi. No, man, we're talking about in the
fight. Call of Duty coming out. I heard that new season of Domination was out.
Oh shit.
All right, but
oh man.
But okay, so you said it was a 9.6, 9.7 for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
You said a 9.8. That was really good for you. Yeah, that's huge,
dude. It was amazing. There was a couple things missing, but it was missing because of me, not because of them. And I think people are mixing that up, right? Yeah. When they like when they go to score something, they have this set idea that if they don't show this, then they fail or something like that. But I mean, then they fell every year for me. I mean, because I've been saying for the last like 3 shows, like 3 showcases that they had, Wu-Tang, and it ain't never there. It's never there. Same with Ark 2, right? That was another game that I've been really looking forward to, and it's not there. Neither one of those games or IPs are owned by Microsoft, though. I can't be mad at them.
No.
if it didn't show up, for all I care, it could show up at a different showcase, right? It's not something. It's something that I really want to see, but not something like they have to see, or else it's a bad show. But what were some things that were maybe missing to you from the show? Because I already told you Ark 2 was something I really wanted to see. Wu-Tang was something I wanted to see. And I wanted to see the handheld, but of course, none of those were there. And I still came away from that show with, jaws dropped.
Yeah, no doubt. And I made this point on Friday, but you were gone doing your thing. But when they were bringing up about the handheld, and I think maybe we discussed it Monday. I don't remember, but I did make this point of saying I just don't see them showing the handheld at this type of function, because that is something that is a big reveal, and even though this is a big the spotlight is on Xbox and there's a lot of eyes on it, it's not the biggest venue in town anymore because E3 was that, but the Xbox showcase is not that. The E3 is gone. So the VGAs is that. So that's why I was like, if you're going to show and reveal something, that would be the place to do it because that's the place where all the eyes are at that aren't gaming publications like like Time Magazine, Wall Street Journal and all that type of stuff, right? Like, so it's that those type of places now kind of venture out to the VGAs, and so that would be the proper place to make that reveal, in my opinion. So I didn't really just see that they were going to do that at that point because to me, if they did it, it would have been kind of like a throw in, and I don't, and this is going to be a really big deal to do that. So, another Contraband. Now I'm a little bit nervous about Contraband. Because this was supposed to be it, and then we hear about the studio. The studio situation. They had the closure. So, what's going to happen with Contraband now? So that was something that was a little surprising to me because I did say this. If they didn't have, I said this Friday, if they don't show it after seeing this information that just dropped, this game might be cooked. So I don't know. We'll see. But I was surprised that we didn't see anything from like they just showed an update earlier today from Halo, but I was a little surprised that they didn't show any updates for Halo at all during the show, and on the fact that they didn't show Clockwork Revolution.
Right. So, everybody was expecting to see Clockwork.
Yeah. They didn't show Towerborn. They didn't show there. I mean, there was a ton of games that Xbox, like I thought Replaced was going to finally be shown. Replaced didn't get shown.
Yeah. 33 Immortals wasn't there either. I thought that game was going to be shadow dropped.
Right. Like, I mean, there was plenty of, and that's crazy that like there's so much content that Xbox has shown us in the last 2-3 years that they came out here and just put out a flood of new content, mostly gave us dates and had it within that year and a half, 2-year time frame. And there's still stuff that needs to be dropping here soon. So, and I wonder this, I wonder this, is this Mecha Break? Is this the game? Is this like did they kind of change up? Because there was that one mecha game that everybody was talking about 4 years ago.
It had anything to do with, I don't think it had anything to do with, what was that game called? Mecha
something. But yeah, and that's why I was like, wonder if they just what if they wanted to go with this strategy and then they changed up and wanted to do this? I don't know. That's why I was kind of wondering because of the whole mecha thing. But who knows? I don't know. But yeah, no, there was still plenty of games that was out there. I mean, Everwild, we know that was the rumors about that going through like they're
Exomecha was what
Exomecha. That's it.
Exomecha was the game I was thinking of.
Yeah,
no, it's not in JB 1521. I appreciate y'all. Exomecha, yeah, it's nothing like that game because Exomecha was like ground soldiers with like it was almost like Titanfall.
Right. Yeah, no. I know that, but I'm just saying, wonder if they just go a whole nother direction because I mean, I understand that there's other games that is named from that, but I just was kind of like, man, we still haven't heard anything from that game. And I'm wondering like if that game is in development hell itself or, because some of these games, especially with small teams, they need to have plenty of resources, things like that. So it's not like I'm thinking the game is going to get canceled or anything like that. It's just surprising that we still haven't heard anything. And it's been 2 years now. So after they revealed it. Yeah, no, I mean, there's still tons. I'm finna go. I've got to go and think in my head of more stuff. But those games are the thing, like you said, the Wu-Tang game, that didn't get revealed. There was a couple of other games that got shown last year that didn't get revealed as well. So saying it's just there's so much stuff that Xbox has now that the whole game discussion is it's moot now. It's mute now. It's just there's no even reason to even say that Xbox doesn't have any games because hell, they have goddamn almost too many. It's just so much content that they got coming. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, shout out to Steven on Twitter saying, Make a Break. Straight Duval says can't show stuff that's not ready. I mean, that's fair. I mean, and there was plenty to show, so there was no reason to show something that ain't about ready for showtime, right? There's just no reason to do that. Dion Hayes said the first bank of games have dropped now. Next year, the second batch of games will be dropping into Game Pass, and they will show them off. I mean, this might have played into that whole because remember, people were saying for a while that how is Xbox going to manage this cadence? Studios and games. So it's not even saying, that other games aren't ready or can't be ready and whatnot. It's just that, hey, maybe you're flooded for the rest of the year and you don't want to, you don't want to just throw games on top of each other and make no headway when it comes to more subscribers and all this other stuff. You kind of want things to go in like a package deal and be nice and comfortable and have it make sense. You don't want, to put two Souls. I mean, you just don't want to put two Souls games and have them come out right at the same time. It'd be very similar to like, I mean, this isn't even like a dog to PlayStation. This is just on their format.
Yeah, the show. Yeah,
but like they had they had Concord and that Marvel's game really close to each other, and it's just like I think Marvel's Rivals was supposed to come out sometime soon, maybe. But also Concord's coming out sometime soon, so it's like you kind of put two things on top of each other.
Right.
And they're the same genre of game, so it's kind of weird. But I don't know, Sony kind of, has its chest out a little bit. So, let them do what they want to do.
Well, it also, it's just like what we were talking about before, about the PlayStation event. Like, didn't mean that those games didn't look good, but they all kind of mirrored one another. I mean, even though I know that somebody's like, well, that was a Wushu game, and these were some hack and slash and the Soul games. But the fact of it is that they all combined them together. And so they kind of all did look similar in the sense because of the way that the settings were, because they were all kind of like a feudal Japan and then had mystical things going on. So it's one of those things that it's like, okay, now the Black Myth separated itself because it looked so incredibly, stunning that it separated itself. But I mean, still in that, it was still another hack and slash soul-like type of, a Souls-like hack and slash that, that kind of was blended in with everything else that they showed. And then, so I get that. So you're right. So you don't want all these games to kind of be meshed into it, to not show the variety, even though their PlayStation did show some variety. It just, like you said, you put all these kind of online shooters together, and then you put these type of these other type of games together, and it all kind of just looks the same. So
because in the last week there's been like 4 or 5 of those type of games shown.
Right.
And if you made a compilation and gave it to some random who on Facebook, they'd think that, oh, this game looks pretty hot, right? Because none of them look bad.
No,
they just all look like maybe you chose a different character, for that,
right? Yeah,
for that playthrough or something like that. Hey, you got a couple of super chats though, if you want to get them off.
All right, hold on. Let me, pause. I know I don't know what's going on after last night. I'm saying pause on everything.
X-Man's the first one, yeah.
Sir X-Man, man, appreciate it. He says everyone wants everything at one time. Have patience. He's absolutely right about that. We already complain about our backlogs and how much and how we have so much to play as it is now. So, I'm saying, let them cook, let them take their time. We don't need to always have everything at once. And then also we got George K Gaming TV. Really appreciate it. He says it's George the Greek. He says nice to see you again, man. Yes, indeed. It was very nice to meet you, man. Thank you for coming through and showing support. So yeah, and hopefully
and you have one more super chat below.
Yeah, from my brother. Yeah, from Primal Data, you know what I'm saying, man? It's been a minute, brother. What? How you been? How you been? How you been? I was wondering if you was in there in the checking us out on Fight Night Sunday on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where my brother is at. So go check out my brother. Same old Primal Data on Twitch as well. But he says, my thing is this. He says, why switch up the formula? It's now Gears, Halo, Forza, Fable, Forza Horizon, COD, Starfield, Hellblade, Doom. Woo, it's a buffet.
It is.
It
and
is.
Those, and some of those games like Forza, Gears, Call of Duty for sure, Hellblade, you're probably, and I wouldn't even be surprised about Doom, but like you'll probably see more of a cadence of those games in particular. Like Fable, I doubt it, because Fable is, I mean, that's a big game.
Yeah, that's a huge game. Yeah.
Halo, I feel like they're kind of, after you take a steak off the grill or off the or off the stove or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta let the sucker rest.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm looking at all the games coming out. I'm like, yo, Halo, I'm sorry, dog.
Yeah.
But you need to take a siesta so I can.
Halo needs it's Gears time right now. It's Gears time. Let Gears cook. Let Gears be the one. Halo, take your time. Do the stuff that you need to do within the multiplayer, but take your time. We shouldn't see you for another 3 to 4 years. We shouldn't see you until probably the second year of the new Xbox generation. That you need to take that much time to get it all together, iron everything out, make sure you got the online. I'm still upset about the fact because the latest patch I can't play Xbox on I can't play Halo on my PC now. And so I've tried any and everything. I've tried to use the old NVIDIA what is it, the 555.85 driver. Nothing. I've gone through the administrator, try to do, but whatever it did, I can't play it off of Steam. I can't play it off of the Xbox account. I just can't play Halo Infinite at all on PC. It's just That's on the Xbox, which is fine. Yeah, and it was all because of that patch. And I didn't. And so you had to do something with the 49. Well, I think with the 40 cards and just something with whatever that the programs that you have.
Fix this shit. My wife would be yelling at me like, "Fix this shit!" If it
bro, I have been tripping. I've been angry. I've been really, really low key angry about it. But I mean, it's just they just got to get it fixed, and it's all right because I mean I can still play Halo on my Xbox, but it's just the fact that I'm like, well, this is where I've been playing. This is where I've been playing. My multiplayer has been on my PC, and it's just for the convenience because I like the way the screen is right here close to me, so I can be right up in the action. And I can't do that anymore because of that patch. But you know what I'm saying? But again, Halo, it doesn't, that's just something that they just got to get fixed to patch it up. But yeah, let Halo cook. Let Halo cook.
Shout out to Straight Duval from my chat. I appreciate y'all over there. I see you as well. Live Supremacy. What's cracking? Sapo. What's going on? Umbra. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Big Mad Mo. Big Mad Mo be on your podcast one week and then be on my podcast another week. So shout out to him. Same with Mike Johnson. He does the same thing. He'll kind of go back and forth. But Straight Duval said something that I probably wouldn't have thought of until a little bit later. But he said it right now, and I am happy he did. He said it's also possible that he didn't say that, but he said it's also possible they're saving a decent announcement or two for Gamescom.
You're absolutely right.
I 100% agree with that.
Yes,
it's just right. You have so many things to show, and there's only so much that you particularly want to highlight. Maybe there's some other games that are in some third-party deals and stuff like that you don't really want to or feel the need to bring up at your show today because of thinking of how much money they have to spend to get all that stuff.
Right.
At just at those shows and whatnot. So they only have so much time. I 100% agree with Straight Duval on that one. Maybe they have something that they're going to be showing us later on. And then if you remember last year, they also had the Tokyo Game Show that they showed up to.
That's right.
Well, So I don't know. We might be seeing something like, I don't know, when does that first Descendant game come out?
July 1st, I
Okay,
believe.
so that's before Gamescom.
Yeah. That's before. Yeah, because Gamescom come out September or early October, one or the other. But yeah, so and yeah, just yeah. So he's absolutely right. Like, I mean, yeah, save some of the stuff. So then we would see something from Clockwork Revolution or the 33rd. Because I mean, what in that game coming out here this summer, the 33 Immortals? Isn't it coming out next month or maybe in August?
What game?
The 33 Immortals.
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's what I'm saying. Like, Xbox is throwing out so much content. Hell, I don't even know.
I know.
It's crazy.
Moving right, and they doing everything. Like,
it's nuts.
It's hard to catch up. Big Mad Mo said first Descendant is July 2nd.
July 2nd. Okay, I knew it. You know, I'm peeping on that. That's gonna be one of them that I'm gonna be on, bro. That's gonna be one of them games I'm gonna be on. And that's another thing too, because I was just watching the Ubisoft thing, and like looking at that content there, like it's a like the gaming situation might look dire to some people on that situation, but man, we're at a time where there is so much gaming content to whet the palate that it just seems like gaming to me is in a better place than it's ever been. But you know, hey, I don't know. It's just wild. It's just wild.
Okay. You got one super chat on the bottom, bro.
All right. Let's see. George, thank you so much. George K Gaming TV. He says they might be saving the handheld for that event. That's what I was saying beforehand, is that I think that they will show the handheld unless Xbox does a direct of some sort right before the VGAs. I'm saying the VGAs is going to be it's going to be either the VGAs or a direct, which that could be anywhere from like in November, December, or in January. So that's because that's how I look at it and perceive it. But I think that they want to have the most eyes on it. The best place to do it at is the VGAs, because just like they revealed the Series S and X, it just makes more sense because then you have more people doing it. And now since Xbox has got all this buzz and momentum right now going for it, that would be the perfect time, because I mean it doesn't look like they're going to have any problems with games going forth. I mean, because at this time you're talking about Call of Duty, you got Indiana Jones, you're going to have Avowed, Lord have mercy, and then you're going to have everything else that's third party, the other stuff that's going to be in Game Pass. And then you get into a fantastic 2024, and you end off at the end of the year maybe having Hellblade be nominated that's going to win some awards. Maybe not nominated for Game of the Year, but it's going to win some awards. And then you get up there and you announce some big shit, and you announce that hardware with the handheld. It will make 2024 absolutely complete, in my opinion, for Xbox.
Man, what you thinking people out there doing right now?
What, the haters?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, they the only thing that they have right now is to talk about what Phil said about adding more games to other platforms. You know what I'm saying? That's all they have. They don't have any. Listen, there was a guy that I had to sit there and I had to just shut down and say, look, man, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you all day. I've heard these narratives for years about Xbox was doomed. Xbox has been doomed ever since 2013, and Xbox is now bigger than it's ever been. Right? Like, I mean, you keep on talking about the 5-to-1 console sales, but then yet PlayStation sales numbers are down, and now this is the crazy thing, Ham, and people that's listening. The dam is finally cracked. When you have people that I've had debates with for years, like Jabari and Portorock, actually now giving credit to Xbox and actually now coming out and giving and saying, Sony, what are y'all doing? You just seen what Xbox did. The momentum is there for them now. Where are y'all at? The dam is finally cracked to where now there's water leaking from that bastard. There was a couple of dinks and dings and shit last year, because it was such a bad year for them for PlayStation, except regardless of Spider-Man 2. It's now starting to weigh on them now, like, whoa, Xbox has got this content. And another thing to put in perspective is that they are now really actually starting to think, oh shit, we are really actually port begging for Xbox games to come on PlayStation 5 instead of getting what PlayStation should be offering us is the content to where we can see competition come true. We're over here bragging about Xbox games coming to PlayStation. And when you start having those Xbox games come to PlayStation, and then those games was in the top 10, it's going to really start hitting their ass. Like, oh shit, Xbox is really making that move.
Oh no. Oh my God. Yo, listen. Bro. Oh. Oh. Wow.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they were feeling it yesterday.
Yo,
they were feeling it, bro.
Yeah. And then what was crazy is that, like, there was people that were still trying to come out and be disrespectful towards the show. And then there was Xbox and PlayStation. That's never happened in the history of the stuff that I've been seeing between the console war, where there was PlayStation guys going after other PlayStation guys to defend Xbox.
Yo,
never seen it.
Jack never seen it. Was mad as hell.
Never seen it. When Tony came out there and was talking about, I'm giving the show a 3 out of 10, PlayStation and Xbox guys was lighting his ass up. Like, what are you talking about? And then when he gave the explanation of, well, they showed Dragon Age and Dragon Age was awful. That is not an Xbox game. That is EA's game. Be mad at EA. Yeah. What about the rest of the show? See, and see, that's that Xbox tax shit that people keep talking about. Like, there was some people that are trying to throw that shade like that. But then when you had PlayStation people defend the Xbox show event, never happened before. Times are changing, Jack. Times are changing. And it's one of those things to where we didn't see this from Xbox perspective of how they're going to angle this. But as traditionalists, because I was trying to find the right word for what we are, that people that's listening and that's older, that's all about like exclusives and stuff like that. We're traditionalists. We're used to that, and we're kind of still not all in on everything that Xbox is trying to do yet. But the reality of it is that the tradition was already broken if you held up on what PlayStation's old standard used to be. And that was, well, exclusives only stay on the console. It don't go anywhere else. That's what they told us. But PlayStation is already succumbed to the throat needle and is for the streets because their games is on PC. They're just slow about it. But the term of exclusive is really not, it really don't make any sense anymore from how PlayStation perceived it. The only one that's still keeping it true is Nintendo, and Nintendo's going to succumb to the throat needle too at some point in time. Xbox has been changing this game slowly but surely to go its way. Yeah, it hasn't outsold PlayStation or Nintendo on console sales. Well, it did on with the Wii U, but at this point right now, the industry is looking and seeing what Xbox is doing, and they're following suit again. If people don't notice how PlayStation has slowly always taken something that Xbox has done and integrated into their shit, and what you're doing is playing Xbox Lite, just without despite the exclusives that PlayStation has. It is what it is. Xbox is making another change, and us traditionalists is not really feeling it in some ways because we don't know what games is going to be available to come over to on the platforms. But it's like Phil said in that interview yesterday. He said, "Look, man, y'all are getting the benefit of the rewards of Game Pass and the games that we're giving. And listen, you know what I'm saying? Just ride with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are going to be, Xbox gamers are going to be rewarded. Trust me. So I'm going to ride. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And Phil, we trust. And Phil, we trust."
my cousin comes out here saying Game Pass is the stepping stone to never owning games, but subscribing to a system. That way they control the gamers and control all the leverage with the creators. And I disagree with that.
Okay.
I disagree with that. I know, I mean, yeah, that's my cousin. That's my real life cousin that said that. But like, I disagree with his statement right there because, I mean, as soon as they make it to a point where you can't buy games, they lose interest from a lot of different people.
Right.
And whatnot. And especially like PC, especially since they chose to be in the PC scene, you're not gonna get that from PC gamers. PC gamers are like, either give me my shit or give me it in the way that I'm willing to consume it. Sometimes that has nothing to do with the subscription service, or I'm pirating your shit.
Right.
So I don't see them saying, hey, this is the only way you can play games. And in fact, he talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
He talked about that in particular. He said, hey, we're giving you the option to play it without buying it. But hey, if you want to buy it, why would we not take your money?
That's exactly what he said. Yeah. He said, we want you to buy it. Man, he put his hands on his chin like, we want you to buy it. We want you to get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we got Game Pass for those that they ain't, you know, money tight, or they just feel like, hey, you right.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, you know,
yeah,
family all the time.
I understand what your cousin is saying. I mean, because to a degree,
but that's been
I agree with both of you
for
guys.
a few years that people have been saying, and it's just not true.
No, it's not. No, because you like Phil even alluded to it again, like to let people know you have an option. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's just Game Pass and everything. Now, I agree with the part where he's saying that Xbox is going to use Game Pass overall as leverage, because now Xbox is one of the biggest publishers in gaming. Like the heat that they have, man, it is undeniable now. Like that was the reason why Sony was like, yo, we got to stop this by any means necessary. And they lost. And it's now and everybody was like, oh, I ain't seen this, I ain't seen that, I ain't seen this, I ain't seen that. Hell, they haven't even talked about backwards compatibility yet, even though Sarah Bond did bring up about game preservation during the show, but they didn't show anything about anything coming to backwards compatibility yet, right? So, but just the whole thing of having Call of Duty, and this is what was crazy, because I had people hit me up, was like, hey man, what's this Game Pass stuff? And I'm like, man, you ain't heard of Game Pass? I said, bro, what are you talking about? And he says, man, what's this Game Pass stuff? It's on PlayStation? Nah, bro, it's on Xbox. Man, well, that Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass. Then you better get an Xbox. That is what I told him. He says, no, that's bullshit. PlayStation got to get it. I said, PlayStation got PlayStation Plus. He said, man, what? Bro, I had a couple of homies.
He couldn't understand.
I had a couple of homies hit me up and ask about Game Pass because of Call of Duty. Like, they don't understand the magnitude of what that will do. And like, people didn't know about Game Pass. So, you know, especially like PlayStation gamers, you know, that like people will consider to be casual or whatever. What is Game Pass shit? When is this shit gonna come to PlayStation? It ain't coming to PlayStation, Jack. You're gonna have to get an Xbox. So that can get somebody's hit, that, because I promise you the wheels was rolling with my homeboy. Like, he was over here like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? David was like, man, you know what? And he's a diehard PlayStation fan, but I guarantee you he's gonna have a Series S in his house at some point in time when COD drops. I guarantee it. Because it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, that is going to change the game. And then of course you got Diablo, you got all these other games that's dropping. We're really going to get ready to start seeing this here going forward, man. It's going to be nuts. It is going to be nuts.
Oh, bro, them PS fans
they hurt
on it right now. They are feeling it. They're feeling that shit right now. But anyways, I do got to ask you something that
yes, sir.
Umbra brought up just a little bit ago. We just kept talking about something else, so I skipped past it. But he was asking how you were feeling about that game Expedition 33.
Oh, bro. I when I first seen that, at first I thought it was Lost Odyssey. I thought it was Lost Odyssey. I said, "Is this Lost Odyssey? What the hell is this?" I stood up. I was like, if there was a reveal, if there was a reveal, you would have seen me act goofy over that. Like, what is this? What is this? And then when they showed it, I'm like, what? And then this is the thing that I always wanted to know, right? I asked this question to myself a lot of times, like, because I like Final Fantasy Remake. And when Final Fantasy Rebirth drops, I will get it for sure. I'm not buying. And let me make this clear again. I am not buying Final Fantasy 16 if it comes to Xbox. I'm standing on business on that. Now that shit drop in Game Pass, I'll play it, but I'm not, but you know what I'm saying? And it ain't, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's gifted to me, I'll play it. But I'm not going to stream it. I'm not going to show no gameplay of it. I refuse. But I'll play it because it looks like something I want to play because I like Final Fantasy games. But to reverse that, I always ask this question. What if Square Enix just kept it traditional and gave us Final Fantasy Remake, with the turn base? What do it look like? And Expedition 33 gave it.
I would hate it, but it would sell like crazy.
Bro,
because I'm not into Final Fantasy like that. I don't really like the story like that. But but I mean, it was clear as day to me when I was like 6 or 7 years old. Yo, I hate this game, but it's almost in every house that I go into.
Right.
Like everybody else loves it. It just ain't for me.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing right there that just made me blow my mind was when I saw that game, and then I was like, oh my God, like there it is right there. I kept saying, what is this? And then I thought it was Lost Odyssey, and I was just going to give it all up, bro. It was going to, you're going to see my fat ass do a flip or something and then just be done, be in a cast. But I was excited, but then it said this, and I was like, what is this greatness? And then when it dropped this, it was going to be in Game Pass, I'm like, bro, I knew right then that this show was going to act a damn fool. I knew it because this came in early in the show. This was like the third or fourth game that they showed. And I'm like, what? Xbox is this is something that you would show towards the end of the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, the lead up to what your main, but they showed this like in the second or third, fourth game of the event. I said, oh, Xbox is going to act a goddamn fool today. Oh my God. And then of course, South by Midnight. But yeah, no, the Expedition 33, it had me extremely hyped. It also comes to the point to where I think that Xbox gamers need to start giving Xbox its props for getting those games to the box after the abysmal Xbox One generation of where we lost lost so many games. That there's an audience for that. You know what I'm saying? There was the people that used to be prominent Xbox gamers. I'm gonna call them gypsy gamers because they don't know which way they want to be. They want to move to Xbox, then they want to move to PlayStation, then they'll try to move back to Xbox. No, we don't need that gypsy shit over here. Traditional, hardcore Xbox gamers. There are some out there that likes Japanese games, that care for Japanese games, and needs Japanese games. And I am so proud of Xbox feeling that team out there doing the work. And proving the haters wrong that Xbox is bringing all different types of content that we deserve as gamers. For sure.
And I wanted to say real quick, that Expedition 33 game looked hot. Like it gave
fantastic.
It gave me a Persona vibe with a little bit of Asura's Wrath. Where and I'm not saying like either one of like it's gonna be like either one of those stories at all. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying mechanically, right? So so I really like that turn-based action that it has. Although I'm not really a turn-based guy, but the things I always feel like is kind of boring sometimes is turn-based is like you pick the action and then you just sit there and watch. In this game, it's like you pick the action and you might have to counter.
Right.
You might you can't just hit the button and go grab a drink. You got to stay in tune with that game. And then another thing that I want to throw out there is I see Mike Johnson just tripping in the chat. Like he's just like talking about how Game Pass is like hurting things and whatever. And here's the thing. Game Pass is a problem right now because they have a lot of games coming to it, and they're really interesting games. They're not games that you can say, oh, they're fodder and just turn cheek and walk away.
Pure
we
heat.
already know what it is, bro. If they announced yesterday that they're killing off Game Pass and everything is going to be sold, you wouldn't be giving them props.
No.
You'd be like another Xbox L in the books. Game Pass didn't work, and we told y'all. But instead, Phil is saying, hey, we like Game Pass, and it seems to be working out pretty good for us. Yeah. So I got to ask you, why isn't it working for you? Why does it bother you when you don't, like, I'm not sure if you're subscribed to Game Pass or not, but if you're not subscribed to Game Pass, this, as Phil Spencer said yesterday, this affects you zero.
Right.
Not at all. This shouldn't bother you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You should be all set.
Mm-hmm.
Are you mad that your next door neighbor went and got McDonald's for breakfast this morning? Like, why are we mad about how other people are spending their money and choosing how to live their life when the option is there and it's legal? I don't see anybody screaming at PC guys when they say this is not right. I'm gonna go on ahead and pirate it. Most people say what they're doing to you isn't right. Go on ahead and do it. So Xbox is giving you an opportunity, and they're giving you a legal entryway for a decent price, and it's a bet. Nah. I cannot get behind that. Like you're hooking me up with something good. If I wanted to buy it, I'd buy it. But some games I don't want to buy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some games I'm not gonna stand on no pedestal like some of these fanboys out here, and they're like, I pay for every single game. There isn't a damn time in my life where I thought that I needed to buy every single game. Hell to the nah. To the nah. There is not a chance. There has not been 1 year, even last year with as many great drops as there were, I didn't want to buy every game. I didn't want to buy every game last year. So I just hate that for some reason it's a problem that I'm getting something that I'm paying for and I wouldn't have bought it anyways. They're getting money out of me that they wouldn't have got. so I just don't understand why it is our problem, especially a person's problem that isn't even subscribed to it.
Right. Yeah. Well, they claim that they're not subscribed to it, but listen, this was before you came on. But I remember at a time when the Red Dragons and the others, well, that was another gypsy gamer. He was pro Xbox at the time, but he promoted Redbox. PlayStation people were promoting Redbox, getting games from Redbox. All of a sudden, well, now it's, you're not being a true gamer, or you're killing the brand. What are you talking about? Look, how many years did we all support a company like GameStop that was really hurting the gaming industry because
they're robbing us blind too?
They were
consumers,
bro. And so again, let's not get this whole thing twisted. If Game Pass was a PlayStation thing, then you know what? As an Xbox dude, I'm like, whoa, Xbox, you got to do something. If let's say the roles were reversed and Xbox had a PSN type of service and PlayStation had a Game Pass service, we would be in serious trouble as Xbox gamers. Because not only the console ain't selling, not selling at the height of what PlayStation does, but then like PlayStation first party games coming over. And then like, this is the reason why I left this here, because Ozzy fan said, he said, I love the fact that they bring all the PC and we aren't forced to use a console. See, again, what you're forgetting, Ozzy, is that with games going Game Pass, there's a thing called Play Anywhere. So those games will be played on PC as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Especially Xbox first party games and quite a few third party games. If those games most likely are on Game Pass, those games can be played on PC as well. So yeah, now that's why I wanted to post that in there. But yeah, it is crazy to me that people want to talk about buying games. I would like to see a lot of these people's libraries because Ham, I know you buy a lot of games. You know I buy a lot of games. And I would like for them to compare what games that we own on all the platforms that we have compared to what they have on theirs. And I would almost guarantee, not everybody, of course, because I know that there's some idiots like us that will buy games like we do at the abundance that we do.
Yeah. But shout out to Persona and Jay Barry on that, because every time a game comes out for PlayStation, they buy it. They're like,
yeah.
I'm not mad to go on ahead and say, yo, like they are really good at supporting their platform. I don't have no knock for it.
Right.
But
Facts.
I am telling you straight up, I ain't them. I'm not buying every fucking game. Not doing it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to get it. You're not going to catch me paying $40 for a game that I'm not really that interested in just because it says Xbox on it. Fuck that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Pendiment, I'm happy for everybody who, and that shit's in Game Pass. And I didn't even boot it up. Like, it's just like, I'm dyslexic. I'm not going through all that shit. Like, I went through my high school, my grade school, college phase. I ain't trying to do all that. I want action. I want action. I don't want no goddamn sit here to read and I'm pretty sure the game is great, but it's just not for me. And it's just like I was just saying something about like Hearthstone. I know Hearthstone is a fantastic game, but it's not for me. It's not something that I'm going to sit here and invest my time into when there's so many other games that I can enjoy. You know, so of course I'm not going to buy everything. I buy quite a few games. There'll be times I'll go crazy. You know this, Ham. You know what I'm saying? And Don had to sit there and had to pull me to the side, like, brother, what are you doing? I mean, this game is coming out. Calm down. Have you beat the game? No, not yet, but I'm finna just chill. And I'm like, yeah, I you know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy gaming so much. And then the fact that as me growing up, I couldn't afford to get those games. I was a single parent taking care of business and, you know what I'm saying, and working and doing all this other shit. And so, you know what I'm saying? So now having the access to the games like I've never had before, I'm like, oh, I got to get it. But then I'm like, yo, and then there's some games that I went and got, and I'm like, I don't even like this shit. Why did I buy this? And now it's just sitting in the backlog that will probably never get played again. So, you know, as a consumer, you got to be smart. And when you look at things like Game Pass, you look at something like EA Play, you look at Ubisoft, you look at these services, there's a lot of value within that. And there's nothing wrong of saying, look, I want value and I want to buy the games that I want. If you're a person that only wants to buy 4 or 5 games a year, to the person that or the person that just only buys 100 games a year. Game Pass and these services are beneficial for when the times that, let's say you're in a crunch, anything could happen, emergencies, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not everybody try to pretend like they're loaded and they got all this type of money and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it real. We're middle class, we're lower class, we're whatever. There's very few of us that's in here that's rich. So therefore, I'm gonna budget. Shit, I got bills to pay. I want to keep my internet on. I want to keep the lights on. I want to keep the roof over my head. So if I can sit there and look and say, well, I'll get this game later, I ain't going to get it day one. But you know what? The benefit of Game Pass gives me the option to where I could play this game today with my friends, or just if I'm playing a solo game, and I can get it later on sale when I do have the disposable income to get it. See, again, you're still winning. So how in the hell does that make sense to where you're harming anything when you have the option? And on top of that, you're benefiting by playing the game as soon as like everybody else who bought it day one. It just doesn't, and you're still paying into the service. There's some of us that get some perks and maybe get some months or a year or so of free Game Pass or whatever for promotion of being this and that or the third, or you get lucky and win a sweepstakes or something. But for the majority of people out there, paying that little bit of money for it is not going to kill you, especially if you see that there's games that you want to play. The value is there. Why try to deny it? It just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Shout out to Ozzy fan just a minute ago. He was talking back and forth with Fahim and just saying, why should they even care? I was a PlayStation only gamer for years, and not once did I ever think or care about Game Pass until I bought my Series X. Why worry about it? Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly. If you like the way that this place creates your game and gives you your experience, then enjoy it. Don't be mad at me because I'm getting a good deal and you're just like, hey, that seems unfair.
Right.
No, it's not unfair. You can enjoy it too. You just don't want to. That's
Right.
not my problem. That's not my problem. That's not Ozzy's problem. That's not Rain's problem. That's not Big Mad Mo's problem. That's not Reggie Lee's problem. That's not Umbra's problem, Yobi's problem, Mega's problem. That's nobody's problem but your own. If you don't think that this is worth it, or if you think that for some reason developers are getting undercut or not getting their money or whatever, you're fair to believe what you want to believe, even though, I mean, developers came out and told you, no, that's not the case. We're already paid. But you know, if you want to believe something, this is America. By all means, believe what you want to believe. But you ain't got to be out here harassing folks and or bothering people that are just, you know, minding their own damn business, having a good time. Just because, you know, the place that you chose not to get your game because you don't like them or whatever is giving other people great opportunities to have fun.
Right.
I mean, that's literally nobody else's problem but your own. But all right, so
let me read the super chat right fast from Rain G4. He says, my name is Rain G4. And I am a Game Pass subscriber. Listen to it. Listen to my man speak that gospel. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Talk about it.
Let's go. Yes.
I ain't mad at you. But Fahim says K Mega said if this was PlayStation thing, we would be happy. How exactly if it isn't? Huh? Do you know? Yeah. If you understand it, go ahead.
I kind of don't, but I'm probably maybe he's saying that if like PlayStation had Game Pass, that you know that as an Xbox gamer, if I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that's what he's referring to. I don't know, but if that's it, like, yeah, no, I would be standing here and saying, look, Xbox needs to do something that can compete with PlayStation's Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? And because you know what, I have a PlayStation. I would be using Game Pass just like I would use a PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? I don't use PlayStation Plus anymore because I mean, I just, you know, yeah. But and then like I said, like when you look at it, I wouldn't be using Xbox's PlayStation. I mean, Xbox Plus if that's what it was. You know, like if the roles were reversed. If PlayStation had Game Pass, I would be more on my PlayStation playing games over there, and especially if they had a Play Anywhere type of feature. I would be on my PC playing more PlayStation games than I would be Xbox games because of the fact of that type of value. See, PlayStation doesn't care about the value. See, that's why I love Phil being and I know Phil don't like me saying this, but I'm sorry, Phil, I got to say it, being Killer Phil. You know what I'm saying? Because when he took that shot at Sony, saying them crummy, them shiesty little ways that PlayStation try to do, you try to force you to stay where they are. We're going to do something different. Like we know that you're the market leader, but you don't lead us to do what we want to do. We're going to do what we want to do, even though that might piss off some of our fan base. But once our fan base sees the benefit you will be rewarded because it's the situation that is at hand. And again, another thing too that trips me out is that if you were one of the people that one of the gamers out there, young, old, whatever, that was renting games at Best Buy or your local video store, how the hell are you gonna contradict yourself and be a hypocrite and talk about Game Pass or any of these services? Because if that's the case, then you was killing gaming off then, and for some reason, gaming did not die, so it flourished. It it's just a weird dynamic how people try to make things different. And again, it's like the whole Netflix situation, or just like how you look at it with TVs and movies. I guarantee you, most homes and most of the people that's watching here, I would say 99.8% of everybody who's watching us and listening to us and will listen to us later has a service, has a TV service, or they girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, has it. So why are you not telling them we need to go buy these movies? We can't be using this service. You're over here hurting the movie industry.
Some of those shows are more expensive than these games.
Bro, talk about it. So again,
all these actors.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having to maneuver, doing all these things, and paying for licenses and likenesses and everything like that. Phil's out here just flat out letting everybody know.
From my heart, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
He don't give a damn.
Get him, Phil. Get him, Phil.
Yo, Phil doesn't give a fuck, and I'm, you know what? As I said it prior, because people be wanting, my narrative or somebody else's narrative to change. My shit's still the same, bro. If they're gonna continue to put games into the ecosystem and they continue to make hardware, I'm going to continue down this road with Xbox. It just is what it is. I'm not going to jump ship and then go over to PlayStation, start a whole brand new library, fuck around, and then not have it be backwards compatible or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
With Xbox, I already know they're working on forwards compatibility, backwards compatibility, all these other generations being able to follow in line, so you don't lose that Xbox One game from the previous generation, that Series S or X game once the new hardware comes out or something like that, or that 360 game that you've had for years that's playable today. You would hope that it'd be playable in the next console and stuff like that, because you bought that game. Xbox chants ecosystem. That's what they should do. How many people, I mean, I already know, K-Maker, you got your own stories and whatnot. I don't know how many people have complained, oh, man, I got to start this game all over. I already beat it, or I was expecting to continue from where I left off. Hell, I remember I turned on PlayStation's cloud gaming from PlayStation Plus on my Steam Deck, trying to continue from where I left off on Horizon. I just wanted to see how it ran off of the cloud, and it was like, nope, start the game all over. This is a PS4 version. And I was like, this is fucked. This is fucked.
Yep.
It didn't
nuts.
remember not a thing that I did. It said, hey, welcome to the game. We've never seen you before. How you doing?
Right. And then just like the anti-consumer stuff that's happening right now, where PlayStation is looking desperate for their investors, instead of trying to entice more gamers to be against the platform. Like, again, it's like PlayStation gamers out there, not all of them, of course, the stands, they're over here touting and excited about PlayStation forcing gamers out there to sign up to PSN to show their engagement numbers high, and then hell with all the people that's from other countries that bought the game and supported it, and then now they don't even get a chance to play the game. Like, we talked about that last Monday. Like, that was, see, to me, it's just one of those things. It's like, and I've seen some PlayStation people push back, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a chink in the armor, because it used to be where everybody complied. They were cattle, and they followed whatever that the herd master told them, and then even if they told them to fall off the damn cliff, they would, and they were kept repeating the same regurgitating shit. But they're starting to say, look, things aren't looking so sweet over here on the PlayStation side. Xbox gamers has been doing it a long time, sometimes to a detriment to where we're always dooming and glooming, right? I won't ever be that way unless there's something that seems just really, really tragic. But but the one thing to me is, as gamers, we have to really realize that, look, if your principles is like what Ham said earlier, if your principles is like, look, I just want to buy my games, cool, you have that option. You know what I'm saying? Look, and if Xbox is even telling you, look, man, we're going to let you get some of these games. All right. But y'all used to say that those games weren't they were fodder. They weren't no good. Nobody cares about Gears anymore. Nobody cares about Sea of Thieves. Nobody don't care about Grounded. Nobody cares about this game, that game, the third. But now all of a sudden, it seems that because PlayStation isn't providing you what you wanted or what you've been asking for, Xbox said, we'll provide it. And trust me, that's not going to be a good look going in the future, especially if y'all keep on buying those Xbox games over there on PlayStation. Because if you keep this mentality where y'all have like, well, no, I buy my games and you buy Xbox games instead of a PlayStation game, or you buy those PlayStation games, at a cheaper price because that Xbox game may have dropped on there, and it seemed like Xbox is going to win. Xbox is going to become the market leader without selling the most consoles. I've said that. This is part of the strategy. It's not what I've seen. I don't think it's most what anybody's seen how they were going to do this, but trust and believe this is the true Trojan horse. And I'm just going to go along with the ride. I mean, I'm not going no goddamn where. Like Ham said, until they're done with hardware, until they shut down Game Pass, or until they shut down the Xbox completely, I'm not going nowhere. My ecosystem is there. That's my gaming home. That's where I be. That's where I belong.
I'm telling you, Mike Johnson gonna come over here one of these days,
bro.
You doing all that talking? Hey, why are we gonna pull up? Why are we gonna pull up Mike Johnson? He gonna be like this.
God is real. I used to come home drunk from school, laying up with men, out there prostituting, having oral sex with my mouth, licking men's balls.
We had to take the mic away from you, Mike. You tripping?
My God, man, what the hell? What the hell? Oh shit. Damn, Mike, you out there for the streets, bro. I listen. Didn't know. You let your freaky flag fly.
Hey, man, you're safe. You're in a safe space, right?
You're in a safe space here. You know what I'm saying? We don't judge over here. We don't judge. We good. We good. We good. We good.
All right. Well, anyways, so I gotta ask you, like, takeaway wise from this showcase, what was the biggest game that surprised you, and then what was maybe a smaller game? Whether you said it already, what was maybe a smaller game that had you like, I didn't see this coming. I'll actually give this a try.
Frag Punk was the small game that I didn't. I was like, yo, what is this? This looks sweet. Like, because at first I was like, is this a card game? This is kind of weird. And then when I was seeing and I'm like, whoa, this is a shooter too. And then when the things that they were doing with the card and stuff, and I'm like, that is some really slick shit. Like, I was really digging that. So I was like, okay, so that's a game that a smaller game that I didn't see coming. Well, I should say that, that caught my interest, that I was like, and then another game was, and I know that these games have been out for a very long time, but I've never played them. But looking at that trailer, it really like, oh, maybe I need to start looking more into these games. I'm definitely going to look into this. And that was Age of Mythologies. Like, I mean, I like Civilization. I like those type of games, right? But but Age of Mythologies, I've never played it. And then I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty sweet. But again, I already mentioned Expedition 33. That threw me off for sure. That was that and South by Midnight and because there was some really big surprise. I'm going to go ahead and say Perfect Dark, because I really wasn't. I mean, I'm cool with Perfect Dark. I'm not really the big Perfect Dark fan like that. I'm more into Fable, but Perfect Dark, after hearing all the rumors about it was in development hell, and it's this, that, and the third, and it could cancel it and stuff like that. The initiative said, yeah, hold this L. And shocked the hell out. Yeah, it shocked the hell out of me and showed a very, very good show. So much so that the haters didn't talk about the gameplay. They talked about the woman, what she looked like. That's when the game really was popping. because they couldn't say anything about the gameplay and how the game presented itself. It was, oh, this woman doesn't look like the old little cheesy, funny haircut, pixelated chick from from back in the old days, right? And then I even seen somebody say, "Well, she has a strong jaw, so she doesn't look."
Chin.
Shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, she, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, y'all can't even let white women shine now? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? Like,
well, don't forget they gave the same smoke to Aloy as well.
I know, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, golly, right. Like, she got double chins. What? Oh my God, stop it. Why, man, please tell me y'all laying up with some women, because if y'all aren't, then this would explain a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna need people to start posting, who
God.
they like
who they with?
Yeah, who you with if you
Who
out
they
here
with?
saying that these folks is not good looking and whatnot.
Right. I need to see their dimes. Right. I need to see their dimes. I need to see what they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I had no problem showing you my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So giving her a shout out.
More than likely they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm single because I'm waiting for that right one, man."
Yeah, you ain't got no one.
Yeah.
The only one you got is these 5 fingers right here, sucker. You know what I'm saying? Watching you want to see you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm not going to go left. But it annoys me. Like, the character looked fine. It's not something that you can bring up this stupid bullshit where they talk about DEI and Sweet Baby or anything like that. And this was a game that Xbox gamers have been asking for, right? Like, and then this is just, you know what I'm saying? It, to me, is like, damn, can nobody slide now? Like, you got to find a reason to bitch about something. The game looked great, and Initiative stood on business and said, no, take this L. This game looks great. And that shocked the hell out of me. It really shocked the hell out of me. It really did.
Okay. All right. So the 2 games that shocked the hell out of me, I'll go for the lower tier one first. Like, I'm not really into these kind of games at all, but for some reason that game Mixtape had a vibe.
You know what? You're right. That had a fantastic vibe to it. You're right.
Yeah. For some reason, it just gave me that like old 90s like VHS tape feel, right? And like just the graphics of the game, for it being not the biggest studio either, was very attractive. Them driving across that bridge and whatnot, I was like, yo, what is this, Full House? Like, what is, it's just that 90s kind of feel that it gave you. So I thought Mixtape looked pretty hot, and that's probably going to be a game that I really dig sick my teeth into. But as for the larger games, I want to say Perfect Dark. I want to say State of Decay as well, because those are 2 games that were just like supposedly dead or just no good or gone. I'm wondering what the heck happened with Everwild. That still seems like it's in a tragic state.
Yeah, they're in some peril over there for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
But the one game that really kind of surprised me wasn't Perfect Dark. It wasn't State of Decay. It was Fable.
Fable looked fantastic.
Because not only did Fable look good, but it looked good the last time they showed it to us.
It did.
Somehow they managed to make it look better.
Right.
And I was like, yo, you can really see the old girl's skin now.
Yeah.
Like the cinematics looked really good. I think they threw in a little bit of gameplay in there, didn't they?
And she looked attractive. Like, when they were all talking, they all showed that picture of what she looked like in last year. Like, she looked the same in a sense, but graphically it's more enhanced. But like, she has no makeup. You got the little freckles, just look cute as a button, man. Like, what are y'all doing?
Didn't they show a little bit of gameplay of it too?
Yeah, they showed they showed more than just a little, I thought. But yeah, no, they showed gameplay.
Yeah, man. I mean, That's probably the game I'm most looking forward to when it comes RPG wise. Although I am looking forward to Avowed and whatnot. But all in all, like before I move on to like the next subject, because we need to start working our way towards the exit. Not that we're exiting right away, but we need to work our way towards it. This showcase, all in all, like I said, I gave it a 9.8, but one of the things that were like that was just very eye-opening about this particular showcase was just the variety.
Yes.
The variety of games that they had to show. Like at no point did I really feel like I was getting like copy and paste. I couldn't really put my finger on the cadence that they had, and I couldn't guess what was going to be shown next, or like couldn't even really imagine. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting exhausted, and not in a bad way, but I was getting exhausted from hearing play this day one on Game Pass. World
Bro,
play this day one on Game Pass.
Man.
Bethesda Studio, Activision Studio, Xbox Game Studio, Xbox Game Studio, Xbox Game Studio, day one in Game Pass, world premiere. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, when is this gonna stop?
I loved it. It was fantastic.
I finally knew it was over when we got Gears. Once we got Gears, I was like, they ain't gonna do this again.
The
only other thing that they could have shown after Gears, in particularly after Gears, would have been hardware, but they chose not to. Right? But there's literally, like in my opinion, with have already talking talked about Call of Duty, them saying, hey, there's gonna be a direct. Here was what we have to show for it before the direct. And then Fable being in there, Perfect Dark being in there, State of Decay being in there. Once I seen, that cog on the TV screen, I was like, this is it. This is the last one. What I didn't expect, and many other people didn't expect, was when Marcus was falling, somebody to catch him.
Right.
And when that person caught him, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
And let me be truthful right quick. I watched the whole thing via my phone from the car because I was on the road for 10 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he got caught and picked up, I didn't see who it was because of the glare on my phone. So I was just like, oh, okay, he got saved. That's all I thought. And then I seen E-Day and I was like, okay, so this is a young Marcus Phoenix. Because I could tell it was younger, right?
Yeah.
And everything. He didn't have the gray hair and all that stuff and whatnot. But I didn't put everything together until I got home, turned on my Xbox, and then watched a showcase at 4K 60. I went back to that Gears moment, and it was much more clear than it was on my phone on the road, of course, without all the glares and everything like that. And I seen that moment where he grabbed bro's hand and pulled him up. I was like, ain't no fucking way that's Dom. Ain't no fucking way that's Dom.
Bro.
Yo, they got Dom out here in 4K. He's never been in 4K.
Never been in 4K. Or true 4K anyway.
Right.
Or Unreal Engine 5.
You might have been upscaled from a 360 version of the game, but you ain't never had that much quality on your face.
Yeah.
You ain't never even seen Unreal Engine 4, Dom. like you skipped a whole generation of Unreal.
Damn, Dom.
So like, yo, yeah, and Fahim said it right. He said they looked young. They absolutely did. And I'm wondering with that, because you've seen the type of lance. He's seen that he was holding on to the retro lance.
Yeah.
Right. I'm wondering what kind of like skills or things that we're gonna have for a older game and what kind of availability that we're going to have, because we're not going to probably have all the newer stuff that's in the newer games, right?
Absolutely,
because
right,
it's an older version.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting there to be some sort of wild gun that maybe got decommissioned that they're able to use during that time or something like that. And I'm just really interested in to see how the coalition goes about this, because this was all epic prior. So they're creating or maybe having some sort of an idea based off.
Well, that's hold on. Somebody is
crazy
right,
because the dig in. I mean, it feels like somebody had to have said, "Hey, Cliffy B, I need to holler at you a little bit." It just seems that way. I'm not sure if it's true.
No,
Cliffy
said that he need. Cliffy made a post that said, "Look, they didn't need me. They just finally listened to everybody, and he gave them kudos for it." So
did he really?
Yeah. Cliffy put it up there in a tweet. Yeah, and he said, "See, they didn't need me for Gears." He says, "But kudos to them." He says they finally listened to the fans, and they're giving us all we want. He says, and he gave Xbox and the coalition mad props. Like, he's like, I'm stoked. So yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's salute. That's salute.
That's the biggest salute that you could get.
That's it. Yeah.
You have the creator of the franchise saying, "Hey, that looked good."
Yeah.
Because and then what was crazy about like 4 and 5? What did he say about those games?
You know what? He said that there was things missing. He didn't think that they were bad games. He just felt like it got away from being Gears. And you hear that from traditional people like Crispy and things like that, who really are all deep in there. Don, who plays Gears quite a bit.
Yeah, they like that kind of bro aspect.
Yeah, they like the
more camaraderie instead of like worry. Like it felt like Gears 4 and 5 had like the sense of moving with worry instead of moving with like Coltrane was just like ready to fuck shit up all the time.
Yeah,
right. And that was one of the things that made Gears really dope back in the day.
Well, I think they felt like some of the people think that it didn't have it. Gears always have the gore, right? Like that's but the
gore for sure.
But the fear factor wasn't in 4 and 5. Wasn't in 4 and 5. Like that's what the darkness. See, Gears 1 through 3, right? But Gears 1 especially was dark. It made me say, I don't want to fuck with this world. I'm going back to Halo. I want to fuck with the Covenant. I don't want to fuck with these things. I don't want to fuck with the Swarm. That shit that's going over here with Marcus and Dominic, I don't want none of this.
He was in 5 as a character to play.
Yeah, that's what he was saying right there. Yeah, he was wrong about that. But yeah, but that's the thing that but yeah, no, you're right. And I don't know if you caught what Jeff Keighley did, right? You know what I'm saying? He made a mistake by saying that it was CGI, and he said it came from Blur. I don't know where he got that information from, but it was pretty wild to see one of the devs come out and
a couple of devs came out and they were not having it.
They say, no, bro, that's all in engine, son. That's what the game is going to look like. And that game ain't going to come out until probably another 2 years from now. So what that's telling us is that game is going to look even better. You know what I'm saying? So and again, Hellblade is, like I said, set the standard. Like, people didn't like me when I posted that and said that, but you goddamn right it is, because the gods of Unreal Engine is going to show us how to utilize it properly, and Coalition is the best in the business. So it's going to be phenomenal. But I also think with the Gears thing too, which blew my mind, because I thought it was going to be the Gears collection. I was like, oh, this is going to be the Gears collection. Okay, so this rumor was true. And then when it's at E-Day, it made me go back to when I first started podcasting and things like that. And we used to talk about what would be a really cool premise for them to go back, because a lot of people don't know. Like, Judgment was cool, but it just didn't land right with a lot of people because the way that they structured it or whatever. And the multiplayer just didn't resonate with people. But we were like, why we haven't had a game that talked about how did this all get started? And bro, and so the horror element is going to come back. And like you said, the weapons ain't going to be as enhanced as they're going to be. I'm pretty sure, like, you seen Marcus fighting for his damn life with just one of those bastards. Just think about when you're limited on gear and weaponry, and then you got all of that shit coming at you. And then big ass, I forget what them big ass spider looking things that come out the ground, what they're called, but you know, think about what that's going to look like on Unreal Engine 5. Oh my Lord. Like I'm very hyped for the game. Don't get it wrong. I mean, I just thought that with Perfect Dark and South by Midnight, where those games had a lot of questions to it, and then you just bring this game out and nobody was expecting it. I think it's still of a shock, but yeah, no, Gears, it was properly placed. It deserved to have its place in the at the very end, and it's Gears time right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Gears of War time to shine and be at the front of Xbox new wave. And you let the god sit back and relax. You let the king sit back and relax. You let the mighty Halo sit back and relax for a while and let it get his rest. Let him get his rest. Let the chief get his rest.
Yeah, shout out to Live Supremacy. He said Cliff said they went away from the brothers feel and horror. Yobi said that I love that, redefining the locust to make them much more of a serious threat.
That's Umbra. You said Yobi.
Oh, did I say Yobi? My bad.
Yeah, you said
yeah, Umbra. My bad, Umbra.
Yeah.
Yobi said, K Mega, you're defending Joff Mega.
Nah.
He didn't make a mistake. He knows.
I'm trying to be diplomatic, sucker. I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to be diplomatic and try to, you know what I'm saying? Because I do not, I don't want I don't dislike golf. I don't dislike him. I think he's good for the industry. I do, because he's helped preserve entertainment throughout the industry. He's a life-serving gamer. He loves it. He's a PlayStation guy. We know it, right? So I just try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But you're right, Yobi. He did that shit on purpose. He tried to downplay the game. He tried to downplay it. He did.
Yeah, here's what he said right here, just in case anybody didn't know. So Jeff Keighley, the guy that runs the Game Awards and Summer Game Fest, said the great Gears of War piece was a CG from Blur Studio using in-game assets from Unreal Engine 5. Game info: Gears of War E-Day is the next mainline game of the Gears of War universe set during the pivotal Emergence Day, 14 years before Gears of War. War heroes Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago return home to face a new nightmare, the Locust Horde. These subterranean monsters, grotesque and relentless, erupt from below, laying siege on humanity itself. One of the gentlemen's out here, marketing director for Halo and Gears of War, came out and said that glad you liked it. Blur developed the trailer hand in hand with our team Coalition using Unreal Engine 5. The trailer is developed with in-game models, textures, environments, and props that players will see in the final game. This follows the same method that we use for the Gears of War trailers for the first 3 games, which were made in Unreal Engine with in-game assets showcasing the engine's technical capabilities, and we're pushing that even further with Unreal Engine 5. There's another like quote tweet that I wanted to look up or see if I could find or whatnot, because there's another person. Maybe I can find it real quick. This dude has so many damn retweets on this, so people were not loving this. But there was one guy in particular that kind of broke it down that I thought was pretty interesting. So, K-Meg, go ahead and speak while I look that up.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like what I said. Like, and this is something that's just crossing my mind just while we were just talking about this, is that, you know, everybody cannot deny the greatness of the Decima engine, right? But the way that Xbox is coming out with their games here just now, starting off with, you know, we'll just start it off with Hellblade 2. There's a different level to it. Like with somebody showed, I think it was Beast Mode, but I can't remember who showed it, but they showed God of War, right? And then they showed Horizon. And then they showed they showed Hellblade 2. And the one thing that I noticed is that, like, and I never really picked up on it again because, you know, those games look beautiful, but they look a little cartoony, like compared to the realism look of what you've seen with Hellblade 2. Well, Gears is going to do the same thing. Like, and so like it's going, finally Xbox is going to be in a place to where their games look so much more realistic. And I wonder, because I know the Decima engine, Sony knows how to work it. You know, the developers knows how to work the Decima engine.
Decima engine's nuts.
It's beast.
Like,
it's beast.
Like
beast.
It looks great. I don't like traversal in it, but it's
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But will it still have that high colory kind of? Because I never really paid attention to it, because when you look at like Horizon Forbidden West and you look at other games like that, and you look at games like Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, like there's a little like, and I don't want to say cartoony way, but it's almost too colorful in a way. When you look at the scene with Hellblade 2 drives, and then when you're going to see what they do with this game, with Gears, like now we're really going to see what Xbox engines can do, what Xbox developers can do up against what PlayStation developers can do with these crazy engines, right? Like I am looking so forward to it, right? Like I'm intrigued to see what Halo is going to do eventually. Are they going to still stay with slip screen, or are they going to or slip space? I can't remember slip space, or are they going to go with Unreal Engine 5?
I think slip space is getting tossed.
You think it's getting tossed? So
I mean, they just have too many
teams
working on Unreal, and slip space they've had too many issues with. I don't see why they would go to where nobody knows how to help them compared to where they know.
Because that dude did leave. Yeah, that dude did leave, but I don't think it was I don't think it was so much about slip space being a bad engine. I just think that there was the aesthetic, because it just the old aesthetic, and like when you see Halo now going through it and how much they keep enhancing, especially with the multiplayer, it looks great, but it's just that old aesthetic. Like if you had like a Halo 4, Halo 5, or even Halo 3 look. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, not so much a Halo 3, because they still got kind of like the looks of Halo 3. I would say Halo 4, Halo 5 look, especially Halo 4's look. I think that the engine would present itself, like, because Halo Infinite at times blew your mind graphically when you was playing Halo Infinite, the story mode. And then, like I said, the multiplayer still looks great too, but it just, I don't know. So, you know, you think that they're going to ditch it, huh? I do. That's a big waste of motherfucking money, bro. That's a huge big waste of money.
Huge. Jameer Blanco was the person that retweeted this message from Jeff Keighley that I wanted to read.
Okay.
He put, let me rephrase this a little better. The amazing Gears piece you just saw was full real time with real time models, textures, environments, etc. All within Unreal Engine 5, saying it was a CG from Blur Studio diminishes
that's what I read.
The technical achievements you probably didn't notice from how good it was. Though it looks like another pre-rendered CG piece from Blur, it was actually a real-time masterpiece using in-game assets and real-time lighting in the same engine the game will play. Already seeing people say, yeah, it was cool, but it was a CG pre-rendered trailer because of stuff like this. And I mean, bro stood on business. And in case you guys were wondering who even is this person, Jameer Blanco, digital sculptor, cinematic character, creator, or creature artist at Blizzard Entertainment, previously at Square Enix, NPC, developed Lilith.
Mm.
So bro ain't just some random gamer on the
No.
street at
No.
all. He is like, yo, I know how this shit works. Jeff, you don't.
No.
He's like, Jeff, you know a little bit. You know how to play games and get hyped about games, but you don't
Promote them, yeah,
know
but
the
yeah, that's it.
background.
Yeah, man.
One thing I wanted to point out that I thought was mad funny that I ran into this morning. You know how you wake up sometimes and you roll over to the side, you turn on your phone, you look at it, you scrolling through Twitter or something like that, or maybe you're on YouTube and you're just like, I wonder what people are up to today, and you just so happen to run into somebody that you know is usually not like excited about, or I shouldn't say not excited, but somebody that's usually like standing firm on the other side, or they really, are only talking about, Nintendo or PlayStation or something like that. They don't really like to show Xbox the respect that they deserve in what they've been building and as of what lately. You click on the video and you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? What am I watching? What is happening? This is weird. Is something wrong? Like you just get to looking at it like, does this even make sense?
No.
Like, what is happening? So what I ran into this morning, and I'll put it up on the screen here because I thought it was mad funny. Marlon Gaming Nation, did you see what I posted about him earlier?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, this is funny. Bro is geared out.
Oh man.
In his Xbox stuff, which this isn't the first time I've seen Marlon be geared out in Xbox and whatnot.
Right.
Personally, this is the first time I remember seeing green lights in the back.
I was gonna say I ain't seen the green lights before. Yeah, I ain't seen the green lights before.
And he got the hat on, and like bro is geared out for Xbox, right? Listen to what he says, and might I add a little bit of context. I cut part of this video a little bit just so you can kind of understand like his energy for the show. So here we go.
Looks amazing. The fact that we got a little bit of sprinkle of gameplay in there. Are you out of your natural minds? Give me that Fable, baby. Indiana freaking Jones.
Oh, shit.
I'm losing my freaking mind right now. That looks so freaking good. Looks.
There you go,
bro. Hey, I mean, and see again that. No, I can't. I'm not mad at him either because I'm mad that I didn't say anything about Indiana Jones, and I didn't say anything about Stalker 2, and I didn't say anything about Adam Fall, and I didn't say anything about
case was, bro.
Bro, I didn't say anything about Flight Simulator. I didn't say anything about Flintlock. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the show, like you said, it's just so and then again, a game that is right up my alley. Wang Chang, I think it's Wu Chang. I said Wang Chang. Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, right? Come on, man. Like man, stop it. And then they show Dragon Age. Assassin's Creed.
You know what's insane? Well, one of the biggest games to be there being shown third party wise, you ain't even mentioned yet, that being Metal Gear.
Bro, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like it was nuts. And just think about this, right? What if like some of the games that they showed at the Summer Game Fest was in this show? What if they showed Metaphor? Like Keely was like, I gotta get something here. I can't leave here without nothing. Xbox, you can't have it all. Like, what
Xbox,
if they
you
showed
can have Metaphor?
Yeah, Xbox said you get Metaphor. Go ahead and get Metaphor. You get that. You can go ahead and get that. You get that. Yeah, man, bro, and Game Pass, that's bro. Listen, I just got finished watching a more detailed gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Man, the haters can't tell me shit, bro. They can't tell me nothing.
I feel like
nothing.
When I seen that, I was like, yo, they kind of it feels like all the creators of the game played Ghost of Tsushima and was like, not again.
Nope.
You guys aren't catching us. You guys aren't catching us slipping again. We see what y'all did now, and we doing it.
Yep. Yep.
It looks great. It looks great. And I'm not over here saying it's going to be better than Ghost of Tsushima, but I'm just saying like they nailed that like size of the character meets the world, the way that you're running around, taking care of the enemies and stuff like that. It just seems more visceral than Odyssey or Valhalla or any of the other like recent Assassin's Creed, bigger versions of Assassin's Creed games, outside of Mirage. So I was blown away by it. Is it a day one for me? It's still not there exactly.
It's the collector's. It's a collector's edition for me.
For me, and that's because you love Assassin's Creed, K-Man. You do.
I love the open world Assassin's Creed. Yes.
Right. And that's what
and Unity. I really did like Unity and Syndicate. So.
And that's what this is. This is an open world one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I'm traditionally not really that big into Assassin's Creed. So I'm more or less like Ubisoft Plus was great.
Let's go! Hey, Ubisoft Plus. Like since I said, look, Ubisoft, this is what we gonna do. We got a negotiation here. I'm going to go ahead and use Ubisoft Plus for Star Wars Outlaws, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the Shut Up edition, and I mean the ultimate Shut Up edition by getting the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Why?
So that's the trade-off. What are you talking about?
Well, no. Like, I'm not saying why, as in don't do it. I'm saying like why would you do that when you know that Ubisoft Plus is going to give essentially the exact same thing?
Well, no, I'm not getting. I can't get the statue and stuff like that. I'm getting the statue edition. I'm getting. Like I said, I'm getting the collector's edition.
Up edition.
Yeah, I'm getting the Shut the Fuck Up edition.
Oh my god.
Yes, I'm not getting the Shut Up edition. I'm getting the Shut the Fuck Up edition. I won't have the black gentleman sitting next to the next black gentleman over here from Battlefield 1 and from Kazuya and Hayachi. Like they're gonna be all right there in that corner. I'm copping. So I'm just that's the mindset of how I think of like, look, the value of these services. I think Star Wars Outlaws look great, but it's something that I would probably pick up later. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and pick up Black Myth on PC first, or just wait for the Xbox version to come out, or am I going to, Madden comes out around that time?
Nah, I'm not. Like,
I gotta get that. I'm taking my hands on that.
With these Souls, like, kind of games, they're coming out. I'm all set.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them, but that I've been talking about that Black Myth game for a minute. But my thing is like this: that game, seeing what I seen on the Xbox show, it had me already hype. I'm already getting it. Yeah, I'm good. But what the Ubisoft showed today, oh man, and I'm not saying that because somebody's like, "Oh, you an Xbox guy? You want to just talk bad about PlayStation game?" No, because Ghost of Tsushima is a fantastic game. Should have won Game of the Year that year. That it's a beautiful, wonderful, outstanding game.
Ghost of Tsushima is on top of the hill right now.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima is that's the best PlayStation game out here in the last I would say 4 years.
5
years. Yeah. No doubt, no question. I would like to see what PlayStation fans say about that. I think Ghost of Tsushima is that good. I know some people might say The Last of Us 2. But
nah, like Last of Us 2 was a great story, but as for just like sitting back and playing a game,
that ending was
Ghost of Tsushima. Like I could just I can do a main ass mission, catch my feels if I want to, and then just veer off.
Right.
Just like 7 hours and go do something. You can't do that in The Last of Us.
No, you can't. And it's really more intense on The Last of Us as well and everything. But But again,
everything is with purpose with The Last of Us, right?
It is, yeah,
which is fine.
No, that's fine. Well, that's the narrative of how they make the game, which is fine. But the Shadows. This is why I'm going to say Shadows is probably going to be better. Is because of the dual situation. Like you can do the stealth thing, and then you can just go and be a brute, just badass, just knocking them out. On top of the environment situation that they're implementing, because they're going to have a full year cycle. So like you go one place, you come back to that same place, and it's wintertime, then it's wintertime. Like, and then like you can use the terrain to how you want to use which character you want to use. It's going to be stupendous. I cannot wait. That might be that game that when Yobi and them was telling you about, like Yobi and Don will tell you I'll just kind of drift off and y'all can't find me. That might be the game that got me. Not Elden Ring, because I'm going to hold off on Elden Ring because I know that's going to catch me. But that's it.
I'm not that guy. Look at what people be trying to send me. I be like deleting these motherfuckers.
What they say? Oh, is that?
So I don't know how many YouTubers and shit be out here doing this, but this shit is terrible.
Be doing that shit. Yeah, there was somebody
you see this?
Yeah, no, I've never seen that before.
Like this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Somebody's offering me to get to essentially pay for subs and what is it called? And views and likes and retweets. This dude offering me, man, stop it.
I get a lot of those on Twitch when I'm doing it on Twitch. There's always quite a few people that come out there and do that. There was one time that somebody I knew sent me a link, and they said, "Hey, Mega, check this out." So I hit the link. And then it was another page to something else, and I clicked on it, and the son of a bitch opened up, and then it gave something like that to a whole bunch of other people. And so people would say, "Oh, you're buying Twitter followers and shit like that." Now, after that was like 3 years ago, I still have. I got more followers than what I did at the time. So again, nobody ain't buying shit. But it's just I can't cheat like that, bro. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you want to pay for people to help advertise your shit, that's something I tell you to promote, but that shit is not cheap. So, but to buy subs and shit like that, nah, bro, I can't do that. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, and shit, all you got to do is look at my channel. I ain't bought shit. I should. If I'm gonna buy shit, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have me a good 150,000 K subscribers, baby.
Right.
I'm
not buying
with a few hundred people watching the show. A few hundred to 1,000 people watching the show. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Man, I'm telling you, like, nah. I want like, and you gotta wonder, like, if these people are approaching me asking it, I wonder how many people are going after or looking for that type of stuff to get some views.
It used to be really, really bad. Where there was people that got caught. There was other YouTubers that are no longer around anymore that got caught because there was one dude, this dumb motherfucker, he sit there and he kept doing it for his channel, didn't pay the people that he was over here doing that type of shit for. Then they exposed him, and then he lied, made a video saying it, and then all of a sudden he went away, and then he started talking about politics and shit, and then came back and tried to do it again, did it again, got exposed again, and it was, I said, oh my God, bro, stop it. This is ridiculous. Come on, man. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense. But yeah, no, I used to get those a lot. I get a lot of people that want to do thumbnails and stuff like that on Twitter now, on Twitter X. I don't get any of those anymore. But like I said, on Twitch, I get them all the time. When I'm doing a stream, they'll pop in there and say, "Hey, man, we'll sit there and do it." I'm like, "Oh, no, bro. I'm not interested. Thank you." Then it might be just a robot or something that's just posting and promoting it. I don't care. I'd rather go the other way. He said the same person's with a girlfriend.
Yeah. The growth of the all natural way is less exciting, and sure,
it's slow.
Doesn't move as fast, and you don't have all these random other people joining because they see you have a lot of people watching, so they want to be part of the crowd too. And that's how it works, right? Like that. Like that's how a lot of these big content creators or some of these big content creators get started. Is they'll like, you know, have a bunch of bots watching, and then once they understand, hey, I got a lot of real people here, they start to decrease them bots. As you've seen, there's a payment structure to it, so you could buy a lot right now and then decrease how much you need to buy because it's being replaced by real people, and then eventually kill it off completely. And you got tons of people watching you consistently all the time. And
like that,
they almost got fooled into becoming members of the channel by thinking that you were popular before.
Listen, my money, I like my money going to other things. Just, you know what I'm saying? Listen, that's all I need is sit there. Oh, look at what K Mega's doing over here. That shit, nah, man. It means something to me when people come to the channel and get it. There's those moments that, you know, and I told you this when we first met and when you was first want to just pick my brain on stuff. I'm like, there's gonna be those times where you ain't gonna get no subs for a while, and you know what I'm saying, and then you might lose around. Yeah,
give 10, take 10, give 10, take 10 for like the last like 2 months, and it's been mad frustrating, but like
it happens, and then all of a sudden
I don't know what to do to fix it.
It just
I'm
pops.
just gonna keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, just all you got to do is just keep doing your content, and then all of a sudden it'll pop, and then you'll get 100, you'll get this, and you'll get that, and then out of that 100 you might lose 20. You know what I'm saying? And then out of that it just is a weird dynamic. And then again, my biggest problem for me, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that problem. You got content all the time, and then it'll actually catch on. I don't promote myself worth a damn, and I don't do content like that. I sit there and I'm kind of random. So I got to be better at that. I've always been saying that for years, and then I just don't. But that's my problem. I probably would already be over 10,000, 15,000 or whatever by that time if I was just consistent and I let people know when I was coming out and stay consistent on it. But I don't. I just love doing it. And then I just have those moments where I'm like, shit, I don't feel like it today. I'm just going to game. I'm just going to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no, just keep plugging. Just keep doing it, man. It's going to catch you. You know what I'm saying? There's been people that I knew that's been doing this for longer than I have, and they barely moved, and all of a sudden they just popped off. It's just how the algorithm works. You just got to know how to deal with the algorithm. And then it also comes with help from people also helping promoting your stuff as well. So a lot of people that, you know, networking and things like that. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not kissing your ass for me to get promoted from you. If you know what I'm saying, if you've been on my podcast, if I've been on your podcast, man. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's been my main thing is like, I feel like I joined this space being really willing to be happy-go-lucky friends with everybody, and then like once it came to the time to like, all right, ass is revealed, time for you to kiss it, I was just like, nah. And it reflects, and 100% reflects. I mean, I'm not over on everybody else's podcast all the time. I'm not doing these random similar circles of being in the same crowd and podcasts and people like that. And I don't ask to go on any of those things and whatnot. If they want to holler at me on their own accord and say, hey, yo, I'd like you to come on the show and talk about what you like, talk about what you didn't like and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to do it. But absolutely. What I'm not gonna do is say, hey, like one thing I'd appreciate that I think is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And Boom said he would do this at some point, which I thought was cool. But me and Boom's show run kind of next to each other, right? Mm-hmm. On Tuesdays, and he was like, he was telling me something about like rating the channel sometime, and I was like, yo, that'd be hot.
Yeah, that'd be hot. Yeah, I forgot that there's that mode on there.
Yeah, that'd be hot. But what I'm not gonna do is like beg to get on a channel that I ain't never been on before.
No, and I only ask and listen, and there might be people what I'm saying, and I got to get back to start asking people to come on to GRG now because we got this structure now. But if I ask you a couple of times and then you on that bullshit, I ain't asking you again. I don't care. I'm good. I can do the goddamn show by myself if that's what it needs to be. But I'm not going to ask a guest to come on after I've been on other people's shows when they were first getting started or whatever, and then I ask you 1, 2, 3 times at the most, like, hey man, you gonna come? And then whatever, and then next thing you know, I see you on another podcast, or I don't, or you don't, or it's always this and that and the third. Cool. I ain't gotta ask you. There ain't no hard feelings, but I'm not kissing nobody's ass. Appreciate it. Operation Op, the second driver. This man right here, you know what I'm saying, out there doing the trucking thing, man. Do your thing, man. That man's doing good, man. Hell yeah, you're doing good. You're over here putting out a good super chat. I like it. Appreciate it. Well, a super sticker. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, I love doing this for the passion. Always have been, and I always want to help promote smaller channels. And if they get bigger than mine, like, I mean, I was just seeing what Fonzarelli out there, man, it made me feel good about that. I never hate on anybody's success. You never hate on another man or another person's success, regardless of whatever. I see the women from GWG, they over here got nominated for awards and stuff like that. That is beautiful. I love that shit. I see my boy 108 doing his thing. I see all these other people doing good things, and I love it. I love to see everybody grow and do well, even if they surpass me or whatever. Yeah, I never came in the game to do that. I always wanted to network and wanted to and be a part of everything. But yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? If I need to just continue to stay in my lane, that's what I'll do. It is what it is. So, but I ain't gonna cheat to do it. Hell no. Still, I like my money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like what you said, K Mega, about like, you know, you've had, you know, people do whatever and whatnot, and you're just like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you've had people like tell you that they're gonna do something and then they don't do it. I'm an asshole. I'm a little bit different than K Mega. If somebody tells me that they're gonna do something and they don't do it, I'm pretty much acting like you don't live.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I'm out of here. I mean, that's my mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I ask you to do something and you and hey, you don't ever have to do it, right? But if you wait all the way up until the day of the show,
oh my God,
say, hey,
that's happened so many times to me. Yeah,
and then you end up doing something on somebody else's show or your own show, then I'm just like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and I don't ever want to talk to you again.
Yeah, no, I've had that happen to me a lot. Like we get there, I ask, I confirm, and so I even put stuff out, and then that's when it got to the point to where I was like, I'm not even going to put out that I'm going to have a guest because I don't know if they're going to come or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm excited about, you know, having a conversation and things like that, and then all of a sudden, then they hear or they change their mind and I understand. Look, it's a Friday night, you know, so and people got lives and they work, and I get all that. But you know what I'm saying? All I ask, because I give everybody the same respect. Listen, if I can't make it, I can't make it. I got things to do. Or I tell people in there, I'll let you know if I can make it or not. If you don't hear from me in a couple of days, you might as well go talk to somebody else. Because that's just, you know, I just feel like that's just what, because I always appreciate when anybody comes to ask me to be on their show. You know, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like, look, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why you want me to come on. Maybe it could be because, you know, I might be a second afterthought, or, you know what I'm saying, you're short on a person on a panel and shit. Like me and Dealer talked about that. Like, and I told Lemon about this. I said, once you start this podcast shit, you'll find out, like the people that you can rely on and trust, then there's going to be times if they're going through a hard time, something like that, you're just going to have to adjust and make it happen. And then, you know, like I remember the Dealer was talking about like that. He said, oh my God, we're running late again. This person running late again. This person running late again. It was cracking me. I said, see, you know what I'm saying? We know, you know, it is what it is, man. And shout out to Dealer. Hopefully he makes a resurgence, a comeback or whatever. I don't know what's going on with him, but you know, but Dealer was always good to me. So, you know what I'm saying, to show respect. And it's just like with Mooch and Crap and most of the brothers, Tim Dog and them from BGST, like they were mostly all good. All of them was good to me except for the one that was over here trying to be on some bullshit. But other than that, like, you know what I'm saying, it is just like with 100 and everybody from that crew. Like, you know what I'm saying, like I ain't gonna ever hate on anybody doing good or anybody doing their thing. I just feel like this why motherfuckers like to fight over crumbs or to be deceptive over crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Most of us ain't rich out for this shit. Like we're doing this, mostly putting the money that we invest out of this, putting it right back into it. You know what I'm saying? Some of us do get to the point to where they can make enough money to where they can go ahead and do stuff and they can live off of it. But for the most part, everybody's just doing this just to get by, just to have some content because they do it for the love. When people do it for the money and shit like that, I catch them and then I don't fuck with them no more. I don't fuck with them. So it is what it is, man. Let me read the super chat. Sir X-Man, he says, isn't it sad that I'm always there on the show? It is very sad, Sir X-Man, that you are always there. We're trying to get Miss Patty to go ahead and take your ass on vacation. And, you know what I'm saying, she quit. She said she ain't dealing with your old ass. And then you come on and we had the reaction show yesterday. And you standing in there in your drawers over here doing the show. Like, what is wrong with you, man? He was in tragic. It was tragic. Yo, we said, what the hell? Yo, it was Dark Autumn. He said, what the hell you got on, Sir X-Man? He got his legs crossed and shit. I'm like, what is this, Sir X-Man? What is it? Oh, I'm comfortable. Lord have mercy. I didn't know the camera panned off of it.
Man.
I got to look and check if I got the yellow or the red check mark. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you, Sir X-Man. Oh, man.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm ready to wrap this sucker up.
Yeah, man.
You got anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, man. It was great conversations as always. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to try to see if I can hit up Don because if we do Devin the Gamer, it's going to be later. It's not going to be early like we used to. I got some doctor's appointments to take care of. So got to go to do. But other than that, yeah, no. See if we can try to do Devin the Gamer tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will catch us live over on Don's channel, Don KTR's channel. If not, it will be on my channel like a day or two after. So, you know what I'm saying? Hope you guys will check that out. Check out the GRG podcast Thursday night. We'll have fight night. Ham probably will pop his crusty ass on there, but won't play any fighters because he's scared. But it is what it is.
Whatever, man. Yeah, I'm down to play some fighters. You play a game that I got.
Okay, well, what you got? What you got?
You already know what I have. I told you I got like all the new fighters. All of them.
Okay. Well, we don't want to say the word Tekken because Yobi don't want to do that. No, Yobi don't want that.
That's too bad.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want that pain either. It ain't gonna be no drunk mega.
You already know I ain't worried about you. You capping right now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have you recorded. I'm gonna give you an hour of just straight pain if it was Tekken. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna we might play some Street Fighter or something.
You care about me. Get the fuck out of here. No, you don't. Shut the fuck up. You just don't want to get embarrassed. You don't want me to hit another clip.
I don't get embarrassed in Tekken. Very, very seldom I get embarrassed in Tekken. Very seldom. I'm usually doing the embarrassing or we having some really good fights. But no. Tekken is mine. Tekken belongs to me. It's one of my great ones. You know what I'm saying? Now Mortal Kombat, that's a different story. Maybe we play Mortal Kombat so I can get my head beat. I don't know why I'm not good at Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat too. The last time I was really good at Mortal Kombat was Mortal Kombat 9. And after that, it just fell the fuck off.
Man, you see, y'all missed me the last time I was playing K-Mega. I had him like this.
What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway.
K-Mega was mad. He drunk and mad throwing his console and shit.
I did not. It was live. I just took the L. You recorded it, sucker. I just took my L. I laughed it off. I said, okay. And he got that ass whooping afterwards, but that's okay. But no, anyway, thank goodness, man. Check us out Thursday for Fight Night, for just Fight Night. And then Friday, the GRG podcast, man. And on Twitter, at KMega4, on TikTok, KMega45, and on Twitch, KMega405, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? Great time for Xbox fans out there, gamers, gamer fans as well. So thank you.
All right. Well, it's been a good show, you guys. Thanks for pulling up. Whether you're on my channel on TSWS Gaming or you're on K-Mega's channel, K-Mega405. Make sure you check both of us out. Subscribe to each of our channels. But yeah, we're out of here. I'll be back tomorrow on TSWS Gaming with Loke doing the lowdown, talking about probably a little bit more about the showcase and then some of the afterthoughts and, things that people are saying going around the showcase afterwards. So a little bit more of this conversation, just with a different perspective. But yeah, thank you everybody for showing up, pulling up, checking your boy Ham Solo out in the late, not so great K Mega. We appreciate y'all.
That's all right. I'll take it. I'll take
Y'all
that insult.
Yeah, y'all
Peace,
have a good rest of
everybody.
the day. Peace out.